Episode 2. The Price of the Pedestal. Here's the thing. Every man wants to be respected. Nobody wakes up in the morning saying, "I hope people ignore me today." Respect is oxygen. But the way the world works, respect doesn't come free. It comes with a price tag. And most men are paying for it with their sanity, their emotions, and sometimes their lives. Think about it. From the moment you were a boy, you heard it. Be strong, don't cry, toughen up, never show weakness. And maybe you thought that was normal. Maybe you thought that's just what being a man means. But let's call it what it really is. A trap. A pedestal that looks like glory from the outside, but feels like a prison from the inside. Let's break down the cost. 1. The burden of expectation. Once people see you as the strong one, you don't get to fall apart. Not publicly. You're the one who's supposed to keep it together, hold it down, carry the weight. And the higher you climb, the more success, the more status, the more dominance you project, the heavier that expectation gets. But here's the ugly truth. It's exhausting. Living like every move you make is a performance. Every silence a test. Every failure a crack in the armor. That pressure eats at you, day after day. Most men don't admit it out loud, but they feel it. They feel it when they can't sleep at night, when they're grinding harder than ever, but still feel like it's not enough. That's the tax you pay for the pedestal. 2. Emotional suppression. Then there's the emotional cost. You've been taught that emotions are dangerous, that showing pain, sadness, or fear makes you less of a man. So you bury it. You put it in a box and lock it away. But here's the problem. Emotions don't die just because you ignore them. They leak out sideways, through anger, stress, addictions, broken relationships. You think you're holding it together, but in reality the pressure is building until it explodes. Carl Jung said, "What you resist persists." And he was right. The shadow you keep hidden, the fear, the insecurity, the grief, it doesn't disappear. It grows stronger in the dark. That's why so many men end up carrying a rage they don't understand, or a numbness that eats the color out of life. 3. The fear of failure. The last cost is the fear. When your entire identity is built on being dominant, failure feels like death. Lose a job? You didn't just lose money, you lost status. Get rejected? You didn't just lose a chance, you lost validation. Show weakness? Suddenly you're exposed, fragile, and the code you've been living by tells you that makes you worthless. That's why so many men live with a constant sense of paranoia. What if I slip? What if I'm not enough? What if I can't keep up? Nietzsche once wrote about the man who wears a mask so long that he forgets who he is underneath. That's what the pedestal does. You spend so long performing strength that you forget what real strength even feels like. So here's the truth. The pedestal looks powerful, but it's fragile as hell. And living on it comes at a massive cost: exhaustion, emotional emptiness, and the fear of being exposed. And yet, this is what society still demands of men. Keep climbing, keep proving yourself, never stumble, never cry, never falter. The question is, how long can you keep paying that price before it breaks you? That's what we're going to explore next. In episode 3, we'll talk about breaking the code, about what happens when you stop living by dominance and start building a strength that's real. Not a performance, not a mask, but something solid enough to carry you through life without destroying you in the process. If this hit home, if you're seeing yourself in this, hit like, share this with a brother who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you don't miss the final part. Because here's the reality. The game isn't going away, but you can choose how you play it.